Stephen Griffiths, also known as Crossbow Cannibal, was born December 24th, 1969, in England, United Kingdom. Griffiths wanted to be celebrated for his accomplishments as a serial killer so he can earn his nickname like other serial killers did. By the age of 17, he attacked a store clerk with a knife and was sentenced to 3 years in jail. Once he got out of jail, he had threatened a woman with a knife to her neck and was sentenced to 2 years in jail. He was described as a schizoid psychopath. Griffiths was fascinated by serial killers that he earned his degree in criminal psychology and later on was admitted for a PhD at Bradford University, where his research topic was about the behavior of serial killers. He lived in the heart of the red light district in Bradford, West Yorkshire, and from 2009 to 2010, he had murdered 3 sex workers where he chopped the women in pieces, and it was mentioned that he kept the body parts from the victims as a form of a trophy collection. He threw the remains of the body parts into a river. But before he committed the murders, the sex workers that were interviewed in the episode mentioned that Griffiths would show them videos featuring sadism towards women, as well as reading them passages from books about rape and mutilation and the murder of women. The best applied theory for this episode is psychoanalysis, where it focuses on the id. The id is defined as a driven desire for pleasure that includes impulses, urges, and the libido, or sexual energy. The id is shown in this episode because Griffiths had the pleasure to kill when it came down to sex workers, because he found them vulnerable due to the drug addiction and loved having power and control over them. The social factors that contributed to his killings was that he lived in the heart of the red light district, where he had easy access to sex workers and knew that people would not look for them if they came up missing. Another social factor that contributed to his killings was that he was fascinated by serial killers, that he read many books about them, and his favorite killer of all time was Peter Sutcliffe, aka the Yorkshire Ripper. He realized that targeting sex workers was easy because many of them were drug users, and learned that from reading books from killers that their victims were mostly sex workers. Griffiths wanted to be celebrated for his accomplishments as a killer. He sought infamy more than fame, and when police questioned him, he mentioned to them that he was a misanthropic human being and had no patience for humans. He had samurai swords hung on his walls as well as shelves of books about killers. He was diagnosed with a mental condition where he had mood swings and had to take his medication. But over the course he did not, and that was when he began to kill his victims. Griffiths went on trial for the murder of 3 sex workers and admitted to the police in detail to what he had done to them. When the judge asked him for his name, he stood up calmly and gave himself the name Crossbow Cannibal as a form of making a statement of who he is.